So here's my thesis. Let's say I had Derek. Derek, he's a young guy. Matt, I'm like I said, Derek, you don't know the last name. You don't need to fucking know the last name, and that's the way it stays. Oppenheimer or Heisenberg, perfect. Now so in there, you could just the difference between this and this obviously is quite considerable given the gap, but it's not far off. This is the mill. You're watching one common, two common, three common, up, 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 down, down, up, and down, down on what this is later on and how that does. And that's what makes looking at this real fucking easy out in the front, watching for 45s, following names of the sector. Well, that's a one common coming down the pipes, but it's got a upside down on it. So it means I might have to wait on it right now, right? You'd have to say, oh boy, that's trouble. Before you get into the whole undertone of it all, traders offer their best ideas to end this year. See, these are different today. They're catching a lot of stuff from Fed. There might be a management on things that went down. You never know. A conversation could come in and change everything. And that heads board meeting on Zoom for the Senate and the way these guys play for the way this blankety light moves, because these people are on it. This is their professional job that is inside of the index, whatever they're doing. Remember, they're not too far off that line, S&P, right? You're going to look at that thing and you're going to say, well, this is Bank of America, obviously. It's got the name. It's Bank of America. I'm probably sure Powell's had his finger up their ass a couple of times checking for prostate polyps. It's just that's the Doge on the NTF, being good at multiple things and having that I'll turn money into this for extra over time with 10,000 people for loans at the same time because you Jamie Dimon and you badass like that and you fucking dance the monkey dance you do. But at the end of the day, Elon might catch him on a thing like, you sorry prick, I'll fucking kick you in the double chin, you fucking master mason. And the way they do, undertone.
Amazing. Jerry, you gotta see this.
You've been in the mill before, haven't you?
Trust me,
Why would the surroundings change if you're hearing the music that sounds the same way? Obviously, that's
Stop
that.
waiting. Start
At least
investing.
right now.
E-Trade.
42 might jump around later.
Let's bring in Mike
However-
Mayer from Wells Fargo Securities, who
Oh,
joins us now
shit.
on the CNBC Newsline. He's got an overweight
That's
rating
your
and a
gravity.
$60 price
That is
target
the way
for Bank
it
of
has
America,
appeared
which is,
for the
close to
move,
$44.
at least from this perspective.
Mike, great to have you join us. I mean, overall,
I
thought
like
he was
Fox
as
League in
relaxed
general.
as
These
you
are where
could
Pensrow
possibly
passes
expect,
through.
given,
Right,
current,
Keyhole and Portman
concerns
running some
about
numbers
the
on
outlook
BuzzFeed for
Bank
the
of
short
America and for the economy,
on
over the next 12 months.
Apple
What's your take?
Zoom, Peloton
That was
DocuSign,
my take.
and those wind up being the
we're
hard
in the
lines because they
middle
give it
of
to you, and you
bull
have to
market
have
banking.
them, but they're way
He
overvalued.
talked about
Well, 44 is
the
not too
economy,
bad.
he talked
It's
about
up there, it's down.
spending, he talked about recent
When you're
activity.
talking about
But what I
SpaceX,
found remarkable
Apple
in the
numbers,
clip
it's
that
like,
you
I
just
want to see
played,
building. I don't want to,
Brian
your personal money,
Moynihan
I could see
is
that going
carrying
into fucking
around
Heaven
an
Gate over there.
umbrella
The Apple
on a
1
sunny
billion
day.
to 3
We're in the
billion
middle
site.
of bull market
And I'm trying
for
to explain
banks.
this to hopefully
And when
Derek,
asked
so I get
about
off
loans
topic
rates
because
more,
nobody's
he said,
actually there.
quote,
You're not actually
all
looking
of
at the
them
dead
are
guy.
risk. He said, we are, quote, paid to worry at the top.
At any
He
rate,
said, quote, we worry about all of it.
well, it's not just that you worry
Brian
about all of it, it's like you work at
Moynihan's
like it's Summit.
when times are so
Yeah,
good,
the
because
Summit in
that
itself
leads
is
to
the
more
mill. There's
responsible
only so
growth,
many buttons,
and
and I
it
can
helps
limit that down to
prevent
touch all of them
huge
on a
failures the
line
industry
once.
had,
Look at it, see
whether
it,
was with
do
the
it,
global
heat, light, and
financial
sound.
crisis,
42, you
with
blinking
the
at me?
TMT
How do I
bubble,
know it's not?
with the
Because
early
you either
90s
go
commercial
fucking
real
invent a
estate,
button
and this is
over
what
there
has
that
allowed
changes the
Bank of
stock
America to
model a
show
couple of ways
more steady
at
and
different
consistent
times,
results,
because
and
that
that's
would be
what
the
we
nut boys.
expect
You good
ahead.
with that?
The
We're going to do
other
that here.
two-word phrase,
That makes this
Will,
line,
that I found
this
really
number, the
fascinating
same, different
would be,
range,
quote,
stretch out the time
deposit
number.
insensitive.
The time number is
And I
where you're
think that's
losing it.
what's
If it's in the
underappreciated
jar
about the
for
work
your
that Brian
retirement,
Moynihan, Bank of
401k,
America has done.
insurance,
He
you can make
mentioned
insurance work this way.
$2 trillion
Click,
of deposits.
ching. Click,
Well,
ching.
Bank of
Click,
America's
ching.
deposits
You know,
over
as
the
long as
past
you knew the
4 to
numbers
6
and you
quarters
respected those
have
fucking
grown
numbers,
equal to
you'll
the
get a
6th
great
largest bank.
hard
But they
line
never
on
really
not
monetized
just
those
the
deposits.
cost,
They
but what you
front-loaded
could
the
do with a
cost
system like that.
to gather those
There's the
deposits,
platform for your.
but the
I gotta
benefits
have
are
some certain
back-ended,
things
and they
inside
won't
here
fully
for
be
dead
seen
people.
until interest
The
rates
ceiling has
increase.
got to bounce
So he didn't
at least
completely
you off
take
of
your
this.
bait,
I
Will,
can't have
when he
you
said,
dipping
"Oh,
past
higher
that
rates,
for
won't that
sure.
help you?"
That's what
He
this
didn't
is.
re-
Now,
but
of
it will help
course,
them, it will
let's
help
look
them
at this line.
succeed,
How long
it
does
will
it take
help Bank
actual
of
business to
America
do it?
more
Now,
than
why
any
would they
other large
fail
bank.
by their banking product across the board? Somebody's dipping their finger into it, trying to save the company with the stock, not the business model. And that's their business money. Yeah, you build equity, you make a company have money, and that goes into a savings that you could do. The only other way to do that is put that savings into something. They'll often talk about inflation as money is the worst place you could have it. Like putting it into the tree next door in that nut hole is a bad fucking idea. Well, that's an NTF as well. That works that way. Which ones? Who owns those models? Which pretty much holds a high range. Like any one of them come into their house, they are good and fucked, right? So the mill models are usually why that big hand inside here, even though it's a simple skill to us, this guys has been doing it since we're fucking 18, humping and racking, right? You know, it's nothing, but you're gonna absolutely destroy most of them out there because they maybe know P90X and they'd be fucked without it because they never worked a boot model PT before, which would be an NP test. I have a graph. Here are the standards. This is the Special Forces guy going down head first the wire. Feynman on the diagram. Bang! Black body problem sitting right there clearly to all of us in the fucking room because that good and fucked that goddamn glass ceiling up. Hey, so, you know, I just, so anyways, getting back to what I was talking about. I met this dusky girl from Bangkok, right? Real crossways breezer, this one. Of course, one-liners are good. They help you, tell you the momentum on that. It's like, why would I make that fucking decision? I have no reason to do it otherwise. I'm 2 pounds a week, 2 pounds a week. I'm not even playing it. But if I were to fucking play it on that standard for what it is in there, how would I do? Did you lose your MVGs? You better ship me them serial
Yes, our
MVGs
November
of the
read
right
on
now.
producer price
grab
index
me
up
Elon. We'll find
0.8%, up 0.8%. That's hotter than expected. And if you remove food, energy, and trade, it is up 7
ET3
tenths,
says you
also
6
hotter than expected.
Not you.
And if you just
You-
remove
I-
food
you
and
might be,
energy,
though.
it's
I
up 7
very well
tenths.
high
So
probability.
food and energy, 7 tenths. Food, energy, and trade,
You're either
up
dead
7
or
tenths. Now,
here.
the year-over-year numbers, up 9.6 on headline producer price index. That is
Oh,
a
boy,
new
I just got done
record.
letting off a
And if we
couple of them.
look
I don't
at
videotape everything.
Food and
Nor would I
energy
post
year
everything.
over year up
But
7.7. Also a new record.
Went all
Remember,
bad.
these
I
go
was
back
like,
to 2010 on the year over year.
You get 30s, you gotta
calculate a little
have
differently.
stuff
So
like
that's
work
the
during
most
the day,
recent comp.
short of the
And if we
argument.
look
Because
at
then the conversation is like, okay,
year-over-year ex-food,
you haven't heard
energy,
this guy
and
talk
trade
before.
up
Hello, you know, he's a good
6.9%,
conversational,
another
good
record.
person.
So
When you
all
get
the
talking
numbers
about
are
it, and then
hotter
all
than
of a sudden I've
expected,
seen this
and
guy
of
go
course,
off
we
on
should
the other guy
expect
says it
this
fucking
to
go off.
happen. We know transitory's
Wasn't
been
too long
retired.
ago.
We knew the consumer price index that we had last week was hot
How did
as
that
well,
happen,
but
man?
yet
That
we
that
continue
reaction
to
is
see
below. That is
the
Pfizer
long
Moderna
duration,
to
the
me.
long
Like I'm
maturities,
just
10s,
watching the
20s,
Higgs pop
30
up
year
inside
on
here
the
playing the
Treasury
devil
side.
for the black
While
body.
the rates
It's
aren't
not
as
this
responsive
guy.
as one would think. They're highly
It's
in negative territory
something
in
different.
terms of inflation.
Now, what are
but
we
do
looking
see
at
yield
on the
curve
mill
remaining
floor?
very
What are we looking
flat.
at from the
We see
overhead
the
Oilers
shorter
angle
maturities
on
very
XM
responsive this week
on this?
because we
This
have the
is
Fed meeting,
looking
and
at
most
stars
likely
out in outer
the
space.
taper's going
Is it
to
a
be
wonderful
quickened
skill?
and rates will rise
Absolutely. You know what those
quicker,
star sucks
and I
don't
think
fucking
that's why
do?
the curve has been acting the way it has.
And you know
Joe,
why
back
the
to you.
the inflation? I get it, you got to put it
39-year,
somewhere, Zillow
Rick, I
Pillow.
did some
But
math.
this is what
That's-
you got
it's
on the
like-
speed line
it's
for
at
popping the tulip
1982.
market. Think
So
about it
we
up
were
front
on-
on
we
dark
were
web.
coming
Like
down.
this
We were
will
coming
kill
down at
you.
that point. We had
You
already
don't
peaked, so
understand about playing the
for us to
game
hit
well
new
enough
highs
without this understanding
and
of
say
number
40
because
year,
we didn't change
41
it.
year high,
Hopefully, it
42,
was
50,
gravity.
60. Where do we, what,
Where do
what
you-
are those numbers? What are we
wh-
talking about? That
And
is
it's just
it
weird because they would be.
8%, 9%?
Would you
What
put?
were
Would you give
those?
it to
You
me?
remember?
Like give me the shit? No.
Yes, yeah, those. Well,
I'm not
the
in
actual
it.
interest rates
I
back
catch
in
you
those
guys
years
on
were in the
that,
mid-teens.
not because it
Mortgage
changes
rates,
any of my
in the early
platform.
80s, 82,
It's going to
83,
be my
around
platform. It's going to
13.5
be
to
the Stone Mill
14.5%.
XM. That's where I make
You
my
had 30-year
dime.
bond that was
It's
right in that
those
vicinity.
actions of
So, yes,
numbers
we're
is
a
a
long
very
way
small
away from
section
those
of what it
areas. But
does.
also remember
Infinite.
that in the 80s we changed the way we look at houses and rent. And this is
You
a big
change
deal.
over
Peter Brookfeld
photons,
writes
like,
about this all the time.
I'm a
Home
Roomba. I have to be a
equivalent rent. The
Roomba
problem
in
is
my
that
in
even
the
though
mill.
rents
I
have
have
gone
very
up
strong
and it is
limits, but that's the
captured
nature of
in
a
some of these
union boss.
reports,
Actually,
the actual
you're
price of a
still
house has
general
gone up much
labor
more
doing
aggressively.
general
So there are
relativity.
many aspects
But the heavy
of
lifting is
measuring the
this.
data. And I'm not
It took me
saying they're
6
inaccurate,
months.
they're just
I pick up
different.
saws like
But
that.
The feeling when you
This
think
is
that
a
you have
serious
to
thing,
look
and
at
I had
things
to
like
get
college,
dedicated,
healthcare,
make books,
home
pull
equivalent
math
rent,
into
some of
it.
the
This
things they
is
have changed,
something
and
I
hedonic
do.
accounting, meaning you
Penzrow
can't
and
include
Maxwell
price of a
Ray
car
Light.
that's stripped
You
down.
get that standard
You have to
model.
get your lane change, your automated
And I don't give a
brake. All
fuck
these
about Bell's
features
quality
really add
or
to the
Rima
price of the
Zeta.
car.
It's like some
So
kid's gonna come
all
at
of
me.
this makes
Oh, so you give a fuck
living
about monarchies. It's
collectively
like,
much
look,
more
Apple
expensive. It's just a
is
matter of
not
trying
just
to
some bullshit, but
handicap
what we
it to
don't
apples
know
to apple state.
is like
And that
what you
gets
don't
more
know
and
in the
more
mill every
difficult
day.
because the Bureau
It's
of
a
Labor
monster.
Statistics has really morphed
It's
how
a
they make
monster.
some of these
Fox
calculations.
passed through the Pens
And I
row,
guess it
right?
couldn't
There
be
we are.
worse. I
We
just
popped
looked
up in
the
somewhere as
highest
pin chips
inflation
come
rate
up.
in US history.
It is
Rick, it was,
around me, and I play that
29.78,
way because
back in 1778.
this is a very
So,
good one using calculus as long as you respect that calculus. It's a
1917,
very dangerous noodle.
19.6%.
You know what? Yeah, it took a lot of money to buy those triangular hats.
But look
back
at what
then.
we
Yeah, I
fucked in
remember reading
school.
about that.
But,
Common Core critical theory.
it
How
has
much
averaged
money is in that?
3.25%.
They're
So,
screwing around,
we are
playing
double the
bullshit,
average for the past
and
since
whether it's Biden or it's
1914.
not, and I don't care about the play.
But that's all in
The
performance.
optics
Well,
on that
an
put Bunny
interesting
everywhere down
exercise,
there.
Joe, because
And
many of us, and I think
zombie.
you and I included,
And
there were many
you know
years
they're
we
smart
said
people.
that the
Oh, so
anomaly to
the Twister
inflation
was a good
the
index. They
70s
missed
and
it, but it's
80s,
like,
the
look,
high water mark
we
that
have the
always
team.
were most
I send
frightened
them
of.
to a
That
place.
truly,
When I
outside
got
of
there, there are
a
some things. So
15-year
there's the
path
pre-log
there, maybe
before the
even a
board
bit less.
meeting, and there's
Interest
stuff
rates
Jim and
historically are much
we
lower.
do.
So we're going to
It's a
change
Feynman
that
diagram.
perception
I
this
have to
time
use
around.
that
And I also
malicious
caution,
algorithm in a positive
there's so
way,
many
and
difficult
I'm going to
things
stop
explain.
using it.
You know, but when
I'm
in
gonna
a
use this
crowd,
good
we're trying
one,
to talk about this,
but
I
I'm
try
gonna
to
let it
explain
run.
We unplugged the global economy. We literally
And-
unplugged the U.S. economy. And to think that we could unplug it, have it all go
Yeah,
dark,
yeah.
and then plug it back
It's all
in,
ones and zeros.
and not think we're going to experience some very strange activity.
It wasn't
And
even
I
that.
think the policies
The problem
and the
was
activity
the
combined
people
is just to
involved
make
with
these
running this
prices
mountain
hot
didn't
for a
stop.
long
There was the
time.
get the
Steve
S&P out. We
joined us,
tried once.
not
Powell
double digits,
Powell
Steve,
showed
but
you. We tried again. They
9.6
got you whether it's
PPI.
your words or whether they scripted you to
You gotta
read
go
them.
back, Joe.
Yeah,
I
wink,
gotta use
wink.
the old
You know, it's like I'm watching you guys. I
methodology
thought you
for the
knew.
PPI, and it peaked,
And I mean,
in
like, be careful because they
19.8%
obviously like you
was the
because
number.
shit's weird
That
out there
it,
with the Hung King,
back
Jesse, and
in
stuff. So
1980,
maybe
I
they have
believe
the
it
same
was.
problems
Hang
we
on.
have.
I'm still
Maybe
calculating it.
Putin
There
and
it is.
XI looking at this
Yeah,
like
it's like
we have the
1980 for
numbers.
that.
These teams
It's,
come up.
it's,
There's the graph.
that's
It comes
where
up.
it gets-
It's
Well,
just
we're
it's
gonna
floating,
fix it.
banging off the
that-
ceiling.
We're going to start fixing it today.
Calls. Gotta get mastermate.
Joe,
Call. You gotta be like, I know who's dark web right
perplexed
now.
why they can't fix some
Explain
of
to
this,
me.
honestly.
It's
The
either
idea
you've
about
done something
unloading ships,
illegal,
I
you
think we know
have
how to
black
do
body,
that,
body,
you know?
you know, it's like
Get
babies
Ted
on the
Kelly out
market
there, take
because
his
they're
jacket
there,
off, roll his sleeves
fucking
up, we'll all
kidneys on the
join in.
blockchain for
We're all joining.
hospitals
I mean,
doing it
unloading
correctly.
ships
You're a
for-
fucking idiot.
You know, it seems a little crazy, but let me just